it still is a little bit wet. So dry it very, very well. That will reduce about we're finishing with something which is very syrupy. That's nice and hot. Putting your leg in it. You bond round it. You brown it. And when it is nice and brown all over, with a golden color, you can hear it singing. Take you about 5 good minutes to brown it all over. It is nice and golden. I'm going to take it in the oven. It will stay there for 40 minutes. After 20 minutes, I'm going to put my vegetables to roast round it. I have put my stock into the marinade to reduce it. Magic, magic. I've got one which is already been cooked. So when you take it out from the oven, put it in a paper foil, wrap up nicely. That will keep it warm. And you can leave it very safely in a low oven for 25 minutes to an half an hour, and it can only do it a lot of good. It in there. That's where the little bit of wine which you kept comes into play. Put your wine into it. Let it reduce a little bit. Add some of your marinade into it. Bring it to the boil. And when it is nicely boiled, scrape it all round. That's all the sugar of the meat, to make sure that you don't leave anything behind. As you see, it's got a lovely golden and shiny color. When it is nicely boiled, strain it back into your marinade. And now again, also, that marinade should be scooped. I will add my stock into it with the vegetables, and also my red currant jelly, and reduce it to a glaze.
I've heard all about it before.
Oh, magic.
And since I was following you and in front, ahead of what you're doing,
you are always
I finished that sauce, and we can see now the finished sauces, which is most beautiful.
Have you done?
What I like to add on the marinade, which I think is very important, is the marinade not only tenderize the meat, but it gives a lovely light, a gamey flavor into that leg of lamb, which I think you forgot to mention, brother.
Really?
Which is very important.
Did you put the butter into that?
I did.
I don't trust you too much.
No, I did put the butter. But on the other hand, one point which is, I think, very important is that, talking about the leg should be carved at the table.
Absolutely.
And that's important, as some people might start carving the leg here in the kitchen.
It's good.
Yes.
I'm surprised.
Well, I'm used to sauces.
Not bad.
Yes.
Not bad. Not bad. We will be doing more meat recipe later in the program. But now, in order to find out more about meat, and in particular offal, which we didn't want to bring it into the studio, but people like offal on the plate, but not in the studio, we're going to take you to a really good butcher. Boucherie Lamartine is the best butcher in Britain. I know, I own part of it. Ah, bonjour Marco.
Bonjour, chef.
Comment vas-tu?
Ah, très bien, merci.
Comment a été le marché ce matin?
Pas mal.
Oui?
Pas mal.
Tell you what I'm looking for, Mark. I'm looking for 2 specialités. One for today and one for tomorrow.
Yes.
For the dining room. And I want 2 staff meal.
2 staff.
So, what have you got?
Got some nice lamb sweetbread.
Yes, this is the best time of the year, isn't it,
They are
Mark?
superb, chef. They are superb. They're nice, round, big noir.
Yes, I think I'll take some lamb sweetbread, Mark, and blanch them and quickly fried.
That's what you
Little bed of noodle underneath, white sauce with a dry white wine. Be perfect. Now, what else have you got?
I bought some very, very nice calf heart. That's really nice, you know.
Yes, I'll grill it
Yes.
and I'll put a bit of parsley.
Garlic?
With garlic,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
They love
garlic,
that.
yes.
Now, what else can I have for staff, Mark?
For stuff, oxtail.
No, no, because firstly, it's very hot at the
Yes.
moment, and then it's the timing. I'm
Yes.
a bit short of stuff, as I said to you.
I've got some very nice
Lamb
liver, yes.
Yes, again, this
Look,
is the best time of the year.
nice
isn't
and
it?
white.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
No grain at all inside.
Yeah,
and
well, I might take that for tomorrow then.
really nice.
Give them the heart today.
brains.
Brains, yes, I'll have to think about
Calf
this
brains,
week. Give them
yes.
the brains. They love that.
Mhm.
Now, what else?
I've got some beautiful lamb downstairs. I'll show you that later on. And
Yeah.
you can do the flank, maybe just, you know, grill like that and that sort of...
Yes, what a good idea.
idea.
What a
Good
good
idea.
idea. I'm in Mark's fridge to look at the lamb he bought this morning. Let me tell you a little bit about lamb, how to choose a lamb properly. Now first, it must have a good layer of fat, which is a sign of happiness. Not thin, not lean. Nice and bumpy on the leg, then a straight line down to the saddle, to the best stand and the shoulder. Then after that, the way to look, it's on the bone there, nice and shiny. You see the shine there. And the last test of all is to go inside the carcass and look at the line on the best stand of the lamb. Straight line, nice and big. This is a lovely lamb. And I'm going to buy it and take it to the Gavroche. What a glorious death. He's going to finish on a 3-star plate. It's not every lamb who can say that. This one will. Now, we saw the lamb in the fridge, and we are going to have a look now at a different cut between the English and the French. As you know, the French follow the seam of the meat. Now, here you have a typical saddle of lamb, English way, which will go in the oven like that. Here, you have a crown, English way, rack of lamb, and sewn up together there, and usually stuffed with force meat. A double rack of lamb put together called a guard. A shoulder of lamb, English way, ready to go into the oven. So if we start with the shoulder, you will see a shoulder of lamb done the French way, totally deboned, and put what we call en gigot, ready to be roasted. Saddle of lamb, totally deboned, and last of all, the little rack of lamb, what we would call a carré d'agneau, totally ready, deep fatted a bit, and ready to be roasted. Now let's look at the beef, a typical rump steak, and what we would do with it the French way. As you can see, we'll go through the seam. We can even do it by hand. We will pull it out, and this piece, for example, will be breast beef, larded and cooked for several hours in the oven. That little bit there, that's the rump skirt, that will be fried as a steak. The fillet of beef will come out. We will finish with that. As you can see, no fat, only meat, pure meat. We can also cut it and do a lovely roast beef, ready to oven, no waste, nothing, all eatable. This is very much a difference between the French cut and the English cut, which is all a matter of taste.